Nutrition should be simple. Eat enough, eat a variety, and listen to your body. But social media has turned food into a battlefield of fear, purity tests, miracle claims, and pseudoscience dressed up in wellness aesthetics. Every week brings a new villain, a new savior, a new rule you're supposed to follow. I'm going to try to cut through that fog. What follows are 13 of the most persistent, profitable, and culturally sticky nutrition myths circulating today, each one unpacked with clear reasoning, scientific consensus, and grounded perspective. Myth number 1. Detoxes cleanse your body. Detox culture survives because it offers a seductive fantasy that your body is clogged with unnamed toxins and that a tea, juice cleanse, or charcoal drink can flush them out like a clogged drain. But your body isn't a drain. Your liver performs Phase 1 and Phase 2 detoxification, converting harmful compounds into water-soluble molecules your body can excrete. Your kidneys filter your blood 24/7, removing waste with extraordinary precision. Your lungs, skin, and gut all participate in waste elimination. These systems don't need a reset, they need hydration, fiber, sleep, and adequate nutrition. Scientific consensus. The NIH and National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health report no evidence that detox diets remove toxins or improve health. A 2025 BMJ review found detox products often rely on laxatives or diuretics, causing dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. Weight loss during detoxes is almost entirely water, glycogen, and stool, not fat. Detoxes don't cleanse your body, they cleanse your wallet. Myth 2. Carbs are the enemy, including starches. Carbs have been villainized for decades, but the science is clear. Carbohydrates are the body's primary energy source, especially for the brain. The real issue is not carbs, it's the type of carbs. Starches, in particular, get unfairly lumped in with refined sugars. Whole food starches, potatoes, beans, lentils, oats, rice, corn, are nutrient-dense, slow-digesting, and foundational to many of the world's longest-lived populations. Starches contain resistant starch, a type of fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria, improves insulin sensitivity, and reduces inflammation. Scientific consensus. Harvard School of Public Health and Mayo Clinic emphasize that whole food starches reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Blue zone populations, Okinawa, Nicoya, Sardinia, get 50 to 70% of calories from starches and have some of the lowest chronic disease rates on Earth. Carbs aren't the enemy, misinformation is. Myth number 3. Clean eating is the only healthy way. Clean eating sounds wholesome, but it often becomes a moral purity test. When foods are labeled clean, everything else becomes dirty, creating guilt, anxiety, and rigid rules that can spiral into disordered eating. This mindset fuels orthorexia, an obsession with eating only pure foods. People begin avoiding social events, demonizing entire food groups, and experiencing intense fear around unclean foods. Scientific consensus. The Cleveland Clinic and Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics warn that clean eating extremism is strongly associated with orthorexia. A 2023 review in Eating and Weight Disorders found that orthorexia is driven by wellness culture and restrictive purity-based diets. Restrictive diets increase the risk of binge eating, nutritional deficiencies, and psychological distress. Health is not a moral performance, it's a pattern of nourishment, flexibility, and balance. Myth number 4. Everyone should take magnesium or any one supplement. Magnesium is trending as a cure-all for anxiety, insomnia, cramps, and PMS, but supplements are not magic bullets. Most people meet their magnesium needs through leafy greens, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Supplementing without deficiency offers little benefit and sometimes harm. Scientific consensus. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements states that magnesium supplements help only when deficiency is present. Excess supplemental magnesium can cause diarrhea, low blood pressure, and medication interactions. A 2025 Frontiers in Nutrition review found inconsistent evidence for magnesium improving sleep or anxiety in non-deficient individuals. Supplements should fill gaps, not follow trends. Myth number 5. Intermittent fasting is superior for weight loss. Intermittent fasting can be a helpful structure for some people, but it's not inherently superior to other eating patterns. Most benefits come from reduced calorie intake, not the fasting window itself. Scientific consensus. A 2025 BMJ meta-analysis of 130-plus trials found no long-term weight loss advantage of IF over traditional calorie restriction. A 2024 JAMA internal medicine study found that time-restricted eating did not improve metabolic markers more than standard dieting. IF may worsen binge-restrict cycles in people with a history of disordered eating. The best diet is the one you can sustain without harming your mental health. Myth number 6. Fruit has too much sugar. Fruit contains sugar, but it's packaged with fiber, water, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that slow absorption and support metabolic health. Scientific consensus. A 2024 nutrients review found that whole fruit consumption is linked to lower risks of diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. The Quadrum Institute confirms that fruit's fiber matrix slows glucose absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes. Harvard Health emphasizes that fruit intake is protective even for people with metabolic concerns. Fear of fruit is fear of nutrition. Myth number 7. Natural means healthy. Natural is one of the most misleading labels in the grocery store. It has no consistent regulatory definition and does not guarantee safety, nutrition, or minimal processing. Scientific consensus. The FDA acknowledges that natural labeling does not reflect nutritional quality or processing level. Studies in appetite and public health nutrition show consumers consistently overestimate the healthiness of foods labeled natural even when they are high in sugar or fat. Arsenic is natural, so is botulinum toxin. Natural is not a synonym for healthy. Myth number 8. You can spot reduce fat. No matter how many crunches you do, you cannot melt belly fat in isolation. Fat loss is systemic. Scientific consensus. A 2023 University of Sydney study confirmed that targeted exercises strengthen muscles but do not selectively burn fat in that area. Harvard Health reiterates that fat distribution is genetics and hormones, not exercise selection. You can tone a muscle, but you can't choose where fat leaves first. Myth number 9. Raw milk is healthier than pasteurized milk. Raw milk is often marketed as more natural, more nutritious, or better for digestion. None of these claims hold up. The CDC reports that raw milk is 150 times more likely to cause foodborne illness than pasteurized milk. From 1998 to 2023, raw milk caused over 2,600 illnesses and 228 hospitalizations in the U.S. Pasteurization does not significantly reduce nutritional value. It simply kills pathogens like Listeria, E. coli, and Salmonella. Raw milk is a high-risk product with no proven benefits. Myth number 10. Miracle foods will fix everything. Every year brings a new wave of miracle foods: sea moss, bee pollen, beef tallow, activated charcoal, acai, lion's mane mushrooms, sardines, and more. Some have nutrients, some have interesting compounds. None are magic. Scientific consensus. A 2025 Advances in Nutrition review found that superfood claims are often exaggerated and unsupported by controlled trials. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics emphasizes that overall dietary patterns, not individual foods, determine long-term health outcomes. There are no miracle foods, only miracle marketing. Myth number 11. Organic foods are safer or even truly organic. Organic foods are often marketed as safer, more nutritious, or pesticide-free, but organic doesn't mean chemical-free, more nutritious, or even better for the environment. Organic farmers are allowed to use dozens of pesticides. They just have to be on the approved organic list. Many are naturally derived, but natural doesn't mean safer or less toxic. Scientific consensus. A 2023 Annals of Internal Medicine review found no consistent nutritional advantage of organic foods over conventional foods. The USDA confirms that organic certification refers to production methods, not safety or nutrient content. Organic produce still contains pesticide residues, just different ones, and both organic and conventional residues are far below EPA safety limits. Organic food is a production philosophy, not a guarantee of safety, purity, or superior nutrition. Myth number 12. Chemical leaching from plastics can be avoided at the grocery store. This myth thrives because it offers a comforting illusion that with the right shopping habits, avoiding certain packaging, choosing glass over plastic, or buying only BPA-free items, you can meaningfully eliminate exposure to plastic-derived chemicals. But the reality is far more complex. Plastic is woven into every layer of the modern food system. Even if you avoid plastic packaging at the store, your food has likely touched plastic during harvesting, washing, transport, storage, processing, or bottling. Milk lines, produce crates, grain silos, conveyor belts, shrink wrap, pallet wrap, and industrial tubing are all plastic. Avoiding plastic at the grocery store is like trying to avoid oxygen by holding your breath in the parking lot. And BPA-free labels don't solve the problem. Manufacturers often replace BPA with structurally similar compounds like BPS or BPF, which early research suggests may have similar endocrine-disrupting effects. The Endocrine Society and National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences report that BPA, BPS, and BPF can act as endocrine disruptors, but exposure levels from food packaging are typically far below established safety thresholds. A 2024 food chemistry analysis found that plastic-derived chemicals can migrate into food, but the highest exposures come from heat, repeated use, and high-fat foods stored in plastic, not from brief contact at the grocery store. The FDA maintains that current levels of BPA in food packaging are safe for consumers, though research continues on cumulative exposure. You can reduce exposure. Avoid microwaving plastic, limit hot foods in plastic, choose glass for long-term storage, but you cannot eliminate it by simply shopping differently. The myth persists because it promises control in a system that is, by design, plastic-saturated. Myth number 13. Non-raw or non-organic foods are fake. This myth is the spiritual cousin of clean eating, but with sharper edges. It frames conventional foods, pasteurized milk, fortified cereals, canned vegetables, frozen fruit, non-organic produce as fake, dead, or unnatural, while elevating raw, preserved, or organic foods as the only real or living options. But food does not become fake because it has been washed, cooked, pasteurized, frozen, or grown with modern agricultural methods. These processes often increase safety, preserve nutrients, or prevent spoilage. Pasteurization prevents deadly infections. Freezing preserves vitamins better than long-haul transport. Canning locks in nutrients at peak ripeness. Fortification eliminates deficiencies that once caused widespread disease. The idea that non-organic or non-raw foods are fake is a marketing narrative, not a nutritional one. Modern food safety practices exist because they prevent outbreaks, extend shelf life, and ensure consistent access to nutritious food. Raw and organic are choices, not moral categories, and not indicators of authenticity. Nutrition isn't supposed to feel like a maze of purity tests, miracle claims, and fear-driven rules. When you strip away the noise, the patterns become clear. Eat enough, eat a variety, prioritize whole foods, enjoy flexibility, and let science, not trends, guide your choices. The myths persist because they offer certainty, identity, or control, but clarity is quieter. It doesn't shout, it doesn't sell, it simply stands there, steady and unbothered, waiting for people to notice. And once you see through the fog, you don't unsee it. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.